So Curtis, in your band, you have, as well as Vietnamese players as well. How do you find they're kind of adapting to the new environment? Are they quick learners?
The Vietnamese musicians that we've played with, most of them are very skilled.
Mm-hmm.
Their fundamental skills and background are very strong.
Sure.
But many of them have not had a lot of exposure to playing with a rock band or a blues band or a jazz band. These are things that are not taught in the schools here.
Mm-hmm.
So most people who play traditional instruments will play traditional songs.
Sure.
So it takes a little bit of time for the blues and jazz and rock music to get in their ear. But once they get it, like Miss Ha,
mm-hmm.
We've only played together, call it 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
From the first time to the last time, the improvement has been incredible, very fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Jake and Ha, for talking to us today and talking about Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in addition to this Talk Vietnam that you're on right now, you've participated in various other television programs and radio programs.
Right.
What are a few?
We've been on Zone FM. Zone FM has been very good at helping us release some of our music in Vietnam.
Okay.
We played the Agent Orange benefit concert in March of this year at the Opera House. That was I think our biggest show so far in Vietnam in terms of production.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on a few. We've been in the newspaper quite a bit, many magazines, but this is the first talk show.
Yeah. And we're learning more about you, Curtis the King. Sure. Do you see that there's a potential, though, for there to be maybe a jazz explosion here or a trend coming up?
You have to give credit to people like Chan Man Thuan here in Saigon, or the Min's Jazz Club up in Hanoi, where they are trying to get the locals to come in and listen to the music and expose the locals to jazz.
To jazz.
Nobody's really doing that for blues. Those guys a little bit, but they're more jazz. But slowly. And as Vietnamese people perhaps see more of it on TV, maybe they see us on TV more, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So
And
they'll slowly
maybe catch on that way.
Yeah, maybe.
Through television.
Yeah.
This stage is actually incredibly narrow. It's no more than a corner of this jazz club, but it's no problem. The only thing Curtis cares about at the moment, perhaps, is to play with all his heart for his longtime fans, who come here twice a month to enjoy his blues and rock and roll music.
Nhạc của Curtis thì em cảm thấy là nếu có một cái gì đó nói về nhạc của anh ấy thì em sẽ nói là Curtis chơi ở đó có sự chân thật, đầy ngẫu hứng, sâu lắng, nhưng mà cái sự ngẫu hứng này nó cũng có một cái sự gạn lọc, tức là nó làm cho mình khi mình nghe mình cảm thấy là hoàn toàn đấy là cuộc sống, có trầm có bổng và cảm giác say.
I have been here since 2006 and heard him the first time here in Saxonart, and he was one of the reasons why I came back, returned to here. Later on I heard him in acoustic, fantastic. He joined in with a band there. He's actually making a difference.
Curtis not only impressed his fans, but also his Vietnamese colleagues. Among them is Chan Man Thuan, one of the best jazz musicians in Vietnam, who has known him for 5 years.
Để có một cái phong cách như Curtis chơi nhạc blues và nhạc rock and roll nên tôi có thể nói rằng đương nhiên ở Việt Nam thì chưa có nghệ sĩ nào mà chơi được ra phong cách như là Curtis King. Và tôi thấy ở Curtis một cái là anh ấy rất là đam mê âm nhạc. Curtis rất là máu me, gọi từ một từ rất là đam mê, và những người bạn của anh ấy nữa cùng chơi trong cái nhóm của anh, tôi thấy là các người bạn của anh cũng vậy, các nghệ sĩ đó họ rất là đam mê. Mỗi lần vào tới họ trên sân khấu thì họ chơi hết mình.
Some other members of the audience, when asked, also agree that Curtis's total devotion to playing music is a defining trait of his style, and that it also inspires them to come back for his next performances.